Good morning，大家早上好。今天是9月11号。这篇文章讲的是尼泊尔的抗议活动是如何一步步升级的。几天前，尼泊尔总统还在参加中国的9·3会议，然后得到很隆重的一个接待。然后呢，现在他已经成为了一个逃亡的一个政府了。借着这一篇，我们来了解一下背后。We knows about the protests in Nepal. Nepal was leaderless on Wednesday after protests against corruption and economic inequality triggered the resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Ali and the deployment of army troops to the streets of the capital Kathmandu. Led by teenagers and young adults, these were the most widespread protests in Nepal since it became a democratic republic in 2008. Some demonstrators remained on the street on Wednesday despite a curfew. At least 22 people died, 19 of them killed in a violent response by the security force. Here's what to know about the protests. A social media ban lit the fuse. Last week, Nepal's government banned 26 social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and WeChat, after a deadline elapsed to comply with new requirements like getting license and appointing local representatives. The ban raised fears that speech could be restricted from Nepal's 30 million people and hurt tourism, a key industry in which companies rely on social media to reach travelers. The social media blackout also cut off some 2 million Nepali workers abroad from their families. Nepal's economy is heavily reliant on the remittance from those workers. The outrage was rooted in social and economic problems that had been growing for years, particularly the poor state of the economy and the widespread corruption that many in Nepal blame for the country's troubles. A social media campaign that purported to expose the luxurious lives of the children of the country's entrenched elite tapped into the resentment, fueling anger among protesters. It was not clear whether the images in this campaign were real or fabricated, but they came to symbolize corruption in Nepal all the time. The unrest escalated rapidly. The protests grew on Monday as security forces opened fire on crowds of young demonstrators who had made their way toward the parliament complex and blocked highways. Protesters widely accused the police in those amounts. At least 22 have died in the protests, 19 of them during the violence on Monday. The government repealed the social media ban on Tuesday, but it did little to ease the unset. Protesters set fire to government office, the Supreme Court, and politicians' homes. They burned the Singhar Darbar, the seat of the Nepali government, and also damaged airports and hotels. By the end of Tuesday, the Prime Minister and 4 other ministers had resigned. Nepal's largest media conglomerate suspended 2 of its digital publications, including the Kathmandu Post, after protesters burned its office. Some journalists said they had been targeted by protesters. Nepal's army said this Tuesday that it would deploy troops to restore order. A curfew was imposed until 5 p.m. local time on Wednesday. All eyes are now on the military. It was unclear on Wednesday who was running Naples. There was an Israel quiet in Kathmandu and no clarity about what role the army might play in setting up an interim government. It was also not clear if any of political leaders who resigned on Tuesday were still in the country. The army ordered the public on Wednesday morning to hand over any arms and ammunition that might have been taken during the protest. It warned of action again. Anyone found holding weapons and ammo. And while there was some expectation that the military would reach out to the protesters, there were also confusion about who would represent them. So far, no clear leadership has been visual around the demonstrators, and there have not been clear demands either. How's the peace in the world? Enjoy your day, and thank you for your listening. If you like, please follow me